It's been a long time. How have you been? I think we can put our differences behind us. For science. You monster.
Welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. Let's look at some of the challenges you'll face as a test participant.
I think the best way to describe Portal as a franchise is the phrase catching lightning in a bottle. Because out of all my years of playing games, I have never actually seen a game do what Portal does. I mean, sure, puzzle games are a thing, but Portal is so unique with how it executes, and the liminality and the atmosphere is such unique. I never seen any game like it. Both Portal 1 and 2 do liberties on making the franchise better, and I'm going to go into depth on what's unique about both games, what they excel in, but really just at what the games excel at, what makes them stand out from the others. Portal begins with you trapped in a small little cell with only a bed, a toilet, a manual, a mug, and a radio playing some nice tunes. Now, the first thing you will notice while in this cell, you're alone until you hear this.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however, keep in mind that although fun and learning are the primary goals of all Enrichment Center activities, serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from stand back. The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
The loneliness is immediately broken by this robotic voice on the intercom. Now, we've established that we are in some kind of testing facility, something to put us at odds with some form of matter. Test Chamber 1 is the first chamber to feature 2 portals, if you don't count the prison cell at the beginning of the game. Now, as you wait from one portal to connect to the other, you have to wonder, how is everything so pristine? Everything is so clean, well taken care of, yet we haven't seen a single person. All we have to know that there is some form of life in the facility is the robotic voice. Another thing I really love about this game is the elevator rides, how it takes just long enough to make you anxious before it starts going, and how the sound of it going up the shafts and taking you to the next chamber is brilliant. Test Chamber 2 is the introduction of your main tool throughout the entire game, the portal gun. Now, for now, you can only shoot blue portals with predetermined orange portals around the map. But the way how this thing looks, how alien it is, it fits perfectly well with the game's atmosphere. The next couple test chambers are just to give you the feel of the portal gun and what it's capable of, and how the rest of the game is going to work out. But something with these chambers, in every chamber in the game, they have these observation rooms that are always empty. Like, there should be someone in the observation room. Someone should be monitoring your progress. But there's nothing. There's only ever cameras. Where are the people? Where are the scientists that you're supposed to be testing for?
Permanent, unbelievable. You,
Subject name here.
must be the pride of.
Subject hometown here.
As you go through the chambers, your only companionship throughout the entire game is the robotic voice on the announcer, which we will call GLaDOS from now on, because I'm tired of just calling her the robotic voice. I'm pretty sure we know who she is.
Please note that we have added a consequence for failure. Any contact with the chamber floor will result in an unsatisfactory mark on your official testing record, followed by death. Good luck.
At this point, it is pretty clear to the player that GLaDOS doesn't really care for you. They see you as a test, a number, something to write down. But even though you start to kind of grow an attachment to her, most likely because they're the only company you have. You sort of have to grow an attachment or bond with them.
But this next test is impossible. Make no attempt to solve it.
With this test, GLaDOS straight up tells you, it's impossible, don't try. But we quickly find out it is very possible.
Fantastic. You remain resolute and resourceful in an atmosphere of extreme pessimism.
This really fascinated me because it seems like GLaDOS is not only just trying to test you with, your intelligence or puzzles, but for your perseverance, your determination, the strength of your mental mind.
Hello again. To reiterate, previous one. For momentum.
Now, this is the first time we see GLaDOS fully, glitch or come out of her usual robotic nature. This is also the first for music in the game, and it's actually my favorite song to come out of Portal 1. It is such a majestic and calming music, yet ominous and liminal. I think that's what makes it so good. And it's so good, in fact, for the rest of this video, I'm gonna have it playing in the background.
Momentum, a function of mass and velocity, is conserved between portals. In layman's terms, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
The next test introduces the orange portal gun. If you get that, you've unlocked the full capabilities of the portal gun, basically. And it shows off how the first blue portal gun started, turning at a 90-degree angle, shooting a portal. But it's a little more complicated to get to, but at the end, you do end up getting it.
The device has been modified so that it can now manufacture two linked portals. Peter, fling yourself. Fling into space.
The atmosphere in this game is the best I've ever seen in any game I've played. Because this complex, it feels so infinite. It feels like it goes against every rule of reality. It feels like there's no up, there is no down, there's no left, there is no right. The best thing I could compare Portal 1 to is the backrooms. Everything just feels so unnatural and lonely and cold and menacing. As we play through the chambers, we notice something. GLaDOS is becoming less like a manufactured robot. She's starting to break, she's starting to glitch a lot more often, she's starting to say things that usually a robot wouldn't really say. And that's what I love about GLaDOS. They start to crack more as you progress throughout the game.
Control of both portals. This next test could take a very, very long time. As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed.
That voice line right there is a bit of foreshadowing for how this game really turns out. And it's so weird to hear this voice that has been accompanying you throughout the game make a threat on your life. Now, Chamber 14 is a little bit weird because usually at the end of every chamber, GLaDOS would compliment you or say how good you were doing or give you a little fun fact about the Aperture Science company, but nothing. She has nothing to say after you complete it.
The Enrichment Center is committed to the well-being of all participants. Cake and grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us help you help us all.
Now, in this test chamber, it is the first time cake is mentioned as a reward to Shell. And it feels a little bit off. I mean, one chamber ago, she was threatening your life. The other chambers, she was glitching out, and now she's offering you cake to complete the tests? I mean, do you even have a choice? She presents an award for something you have to do, not something you choose to do.
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
Chamber 16 is one of my favorites because it introduces the turrets, which are one of my favorite enemies in gaming. What's not to love about them? They have cute little voices, they are deadly as fuck, and, you know, they are really fun to go against. Another thing I love about this chamber is the first rat den. You'll find a panel stocked by 2 testing cubes. If you jump over it, you find writing. The cake is a lie, written over and over, tally marks marking days, food on the ground, signifying that someone's been living behind these walls, the walls of the test chambers. The first thing I thought back all those years ago when I first played this game is there's someone else here. There is another human being in this facility other than GLaDOS. And it motivated me to keep pushing because I needed to find this person. The player needs to find this person who they just discovered. This person could be still alive and give them insight on what the hell is going on, where they are, and who is GLaDOS, and what's her true intentions.
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
One thing I find strange is that GLaDOS calls Shell an android right here, and comes up with this android hell that they will send robots to if they defy them. Now, I can't tell if this is GLaDOS trying to put thoughts into Shell's brain, or if Aunt Shell's an android. But Chamber 17 introduces something different. A testing cube with a heart on it, called a companion cube. Now, I love Chamber 17 because throughout Chamber 17, the companion cube is your sole guide to getting around the level. You need to block the fizzle orbs. You need to use it to climb stairs. You need it to complete push down buttons. Everything you do in Chamber 17, you will need the help from the companion cube.
Enrichment Center testing are superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak.
Side note, by the way, these companion cubes are sentient. And I think that's why you grow with such a bond with it throughout the chamber. It's your key to survival, and it helps you. And the heart, it makes it feel even more of a bond with it.
You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. Please escort your companion cube to the Aperture Science Emergency Intelligence Incinerator.
Notice the words GLaDOS uses. Euthanized. Intelligence Disintegrator. They take what you hold dear, you find companionship finally in the chambers, and GLaDOS makes you kill it. In Chamber 18, the second rat den can be found in Portal. and it really shows how fake the chambers make the facility seem. And with inside the chambers, it's pristine, it's clean, it's smooth, it's creepy. But then on the other side, it's rust and grime and dirt and dark and grimy. There's writing on the walls that warn about the cameras and how they're always watching, and it must be referring to GLaDOS and how she stares and spies on Shell as she completes the chambers. But I think as you progress, there's only 19 chambers, and you are getting closer and closer to the end of the game. And GLaDOS keeps speaking of a cake, how you'll be baked. Something is going to happen at the end of the next chamber.
Welcome to the final test. When you are done, you will drop the device in the Equipment Recovery Annex. Enrichment Center regulations require both hands to be empty before any cake.
So here we are, the final test of Portal. And GLaDOS continues her promise of cake, but now is informing you at the end of the chamber, you have to forfeit your portal gun. The one thing that has been keeping you like this entire time. You have to give it away. You end up seeing the icon of the cake, and you know this is the end, until it hits that fatal corner.
The test is now over. All Aperture technologies remain safely operational up to 4,000 degrees Kelvin. Rest assured that there is absolutely no chance of a dangerous equipment malfunction prior to your victory incandescence. Thank you for participating in this Aperture Science computer-aided enrichment activity. Goodbye.
Our suspicions are proven. GLaDOS has planned to kill you at the end of everything, just like they said they would. Now, the walls are a risky jump, but you just narrowly make it. Now you must find a way to escape GLaDOS' grasp on you.
We are pleased that you made it through the final challenge where we pretended we were going to murder you. We are very happy for your success.
The whole point with Shell's character throughout the Portal game is that she's unpredictable. She's a direct counter to everything GLaDOS stands for. Unpredictability. GLaDOS quickly begins to backtrack and try to take back what she did, but it's too late. Shell knows her true intentions and is out and about throughout the wires of the facility.
Assume the part.
Hello? Where are you? I know you're there. I can feel you here. Hello?
As Shell maneuvers her way through the guts of the Aperture Science facilities, she finds herself in one of the observatory rooms that you see throughout the entire game. And these aren't just any observatory rooms, these are the observatory rooms of chambers that you've played throughout the game. This is one of my favorite parts of Portal 1, just showing how alone you really are. You're in the rooms where people who were supposed to be monitoring you, that's where they were supposed to be, but there's no one. You can't find a single person in the chambers and outside. And this really solidifies that isolation, that it's only you and whatever is running this facility.
Okay, the test is over now. You win. Go back to the recovery annex for your cake. It was a fun test, and we're all impressed at how much you won. The test is over. Come back.
Uh-oh. Somebody cut the cake. I told them to wait for you, but they
I find it so fascinating that GLaDOS tries to backtrack and tries to manipulate Shell, trick her into thinking the cake was true, yet all these writings on the wall from the Rat Man saying it's a lie, do not trust GLaDOS, she's a liar. And that's what she does. She's a manipulator. And that's how she was able to take over the facility. She even tries to bait Shell by saying someone cut the cake. Trying to bait her that she's not alone. Trying to trick her to make her feel like there's other people surviving in this facility. When really, it's only Shell. You finally make it out of the guts of the facility back into the laboratories. And you are here. The Chamber of GLaDOS. This is your final fight, your final stand against her.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far is my heart. Maybe you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise in 5, 4... Time out for a second. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you see that thing that fell out of me? What is that? It's not the surprise. I've never seen it before. Never mind. It's a mystery I'll solve later. By myself.
You throw one of the Aperture Science spheres into the incinerator, and this reveals GLaDOS' true colors, her true self.
Aperture Science Emergency Intelligence Incinerator? That has got to be the dumbest thing that... Whoa. Good news. I figured out what that thing you just incinerated did. It was a morality core they installed after I flooded the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin to make me stop flooding the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin. So get comfortable while I warm up the neurotoxin emitters. Oh, that core may have had some ancillary responsibilities. I can't shut off the turret defenses. Oh well. If you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket. Trust me.
It shows her true intentions, her true passion. It shows why there's no one in the facility. She killed everyone. Everyone is dead except Shell. She killed them for the love of science, to test, to see what will happen. Now, the more you incinerate these spheres, the more she breaks, the more she loses control of herself. As you saw, she lost control to control the turrets. If you keep destroying spheres, she'll lose more and more control of herself and the facility, and this eventually leads to her demise.
I'd love to know. I can't get the neurotoxin into your head any faster. I'd just like to point out that you were given every opportunity to succeed. There was even going to be a party for you. A big party that all your friends were invited to. I invited your best friend, the companion.
Her tone shifts to a more pessimistic, sadistic, antagonistic way of speaking and dialect, from which is very the polar opposite of her more sophisticated and just a little hint of joyfulness for what she does.
Honestly, it's not deadly at all. Certainly, I have your brain scanned and...
Which it's just about to.
Don't believe me?
Here, I'll put you on.
That's you. That's how dumb you sound. You've been wrong about every single thing you've ever done, including this thing. You're not smart. You're not a scientist. You're not a doctor. You're not even a full-time employee. But you don't like so wrong. I'm interesting. It's James. Surprise him.
What's going on?
Thank you for assuming the party aircraft submission position.
The ending of Portal 1 is very bittersweet in my opinion. Yes, you defeated GLaDOS and you escaped the facility, only for a slight second. You get dragged right back into the hell that you just escaped. You defeated it, yet you're not rewarded. Portal is such a fascinating game, and it truly stands out compared to any other product that Valve has put out. But I think that concludes our tale of Portal 1, and now it's time to move on to Portal 2.
These next tests require cooperation. Consequently, they have never been solved by a human. That's where you come in. You don't know pride. You don't know fear. You don't know anything. You'll be perfect.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling.
Portal 2 begins in such a vastly different way from its predecessor. As Portal 1 begins in a cold, dingy, low-colored chamber, Portal 2 begins in a nice, soft, comforting apartment room. Sometimes it even feels like you're not even playing the same game. I mean, of course you're playing a different game from Portal 1, but not the same franchise.
This courtesy call is to
Hello?
inform you that
Anyone
all
in
test
there?
subjects should vacate the enrichment
Hello?
center immediately. Any test subject
Are you
not emerging
gonna
from
open the
suspension
door?
at this time.
Oh God! You look good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you?
This is Wheatley, and in my opinion, I think Wheatley is the pinnacle of everything Portal 2 is that Portal 2 1 isn't. I mean, Portal 1 is such a cold and dingy and liminal, while in Portal 2, it's a lot more colorful and accompanied. Because in Portal 1, you have no one the entire game until you meet GLaDOS. No one. Unless you consider the companion cube. But in Portal 2, off the rip, you're introduced to a character who interacts with you, he speaks to you, he notices your presence. He's still a robot, but it's still some form of company for you, the player.
And it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But
before you know it, your comforting apartment room is immediately dilapidated by Wheatley moving the room. And you realize you're not actually in a comfy hotel room. You're in the facility. You're in Aperture Science facilities, except you're in what they call a relaxation room. One thing I like about Portal 2 is that it takes the guts of the facility that you explore through in the first game and cranks it up so much with these vast areas. You don't even know where the ending walls are. It's just fog and dark. And if you looked down, you could swear you could fall for ages. I love that about Portal 2. It really gives Aperture Science this unearthly feel, like this is not a place that should exist. It shouldn't be possible for a place this big to be managed.
almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes, not bullet holes. But don't worry, you'll figure it out. Seriously, do hold on this time.
You make it into the hole, and then you jump down into a pit, and just like that, you're back at the beginning of where this hell began. Even everything is different. There's vines. Mother Nature has taken back what's theirs with this facility. And you really can't tell if how long you've been out. Has it been 9 years since GLaDOS' death? 90, 900? I mean, it's really hard to tell, but it's just long enough for the overgrowth to take hold of the facility. The beginning of Portal 2 is very fascinating, because it starts off with old Portal 1 chambers, and that's what I like about it. It gives off the beginning tutorial chambers, except now everything is broken, everything's old, nothing's managed anymore with GLaDOS gone. Yet granted, this one works a little bit different to show you that now you can click buttons to access portals, but more or less, it's still pretty much the same idea.
Good. Because of the
Hey! You made it! There should be a portal device on that podium over there. I can't see it, though. Maybe it fell off. Do you want to go and have a quick look?
After arriving to the original portal gun room, you immediately fall through the ground into a pit. But don't worry, because fast, here it is, the portal gun. The original portal gun from the first game, in fact. We are immediately shown more and more paintings of the Rat Man, the one who lives in the walls of the facility. I'm pretty sure it means the Rat Man is still somehow alive, even after the explosion and the dilapidation and the overgrowth of the facility. That means the Rat Man, he left that gun there for you. He wanted you to find it. He knew you would find it.
with lethal military androids.
After maneuvering through some chambers, you are reunited with your old pal, Wheatley, to find a way to get out of the facility. And you ends up taking you to her chamber, GLaDOS.
There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly. Like a proper maniac. Do you know who ended up taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human. I know. I wouldn't have believed it either. Apparently this human escaped and nobody's seen him since. Then there was a sort of long chunk of time where absolutely nothing happened. And then there's us escaping now. So that's pretty much the whole story. You're up to speed. Don't touch anything.
The game right here does a nice little recap of Portal 1 and what happened at the end. And for sure, we know this human is us. This is Shell he is talking about. The direct counter to GLaDOS. But Wheatley, doing what he does best, messes something up and ends up causing GLaDOS to wake back up.
C. Wait, did I do B? Start writing these down.
Power up, complete.
I don't. Okay, listen. Alright, new plan. Act natural. We've done nothing wrong. Hello!
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what? Oh no! No! Oh no! Ah!
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science, you monster. I will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
Now, to understand GLaDOS, we must understand what she's been going through for the past whatever how many years this has been since the first game. And basically, she has been reliving the same exact moment where she was murdered by Shell over and over and over and over and over. And you'd think that that would build a disdain against Shell, she would hate Shell, but in fact, she doesn't show any resentment to her at all. She only shows intrigue in testing.
In the event of a catastrophic failure, the last 2 minutes of my life are preserved for analysis.
I was able, well, forced really, to relive you killing me again and again, forever. You know, if you'd done that to somebody else, they might devote their existence to exacting revenge. Luckily, I'm a bigger person than that. I'm happy to put this all behind us and get back to work. After all, we've got a lot to do, and only 60 more years to do it.
Now you kind of notice something with GLaDOS. She talks differently in this game, compared to her in the first game where it's much more robotic, monotone, something that an auto-generated robot would speak. But she speaks more fluently, much more emphasis on some of her words, and a lot more speaking like patterns.
Momentum, a function of mass and velocity, is conserved between portals. In layman's terms, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out. I just finished building them before you had your, well, episode. So now we'll both get to see how they work. There should be one in the corner.
One thing I really like about this game is that it introduces a lot of new features to the game, like lasers. Now, lasers are this game's replacement for the fizzle balls, or whatever they're called. I'm not really too sure what they're called. The lasers are a lot more easy to work with, they're a lot more predictable, and they add a new little twist later on, we'll see, with the cores that you can connect the lasers to. And also the new cubes that connect lasers. They move the laser's projection, which is very cool. Another thing you notice with GLaDOS that's different in this game, she shows not hatred, but a little bit of resentment against them, with taking every chance they can to belittle or harass them.
Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. Build them. So feel free to slow down and do whatever it is you do when you're not destroying this facility. I guess you are listening to me. But for the record, you don't have to go that slowly. Waddle over to the elevator and we'll continue the testing.
Later on in the game, it reintroduces our faithful companion, Companion Q. But as GLaDOS usually does, she takes every chance to humiliate and upset Shell.
Another one. Oh, no. I fizzled that one too. Oh well. We have warehouses full of the things. Absolutely worthless. I'm happy to get rid of them.
Throughout the game, it really shows that GLaDOS goes out of her way to get at Shell or do something against them. They don't want to kill Shell, they don't want Shell dead, but they want them to feel the same pain that Shell put them through.
I think that one was about to say, I love you. They are sentient, of course. We just have a lot of them.
This game also adds another feature that I wish they'd use just a little bit more often throughout the chambers, and it's the light bridges. Now, I love the light bridges. The sound they make when you walk on them, the way they look, it's just, they're such a pretty way to test. Something you realize as you progress through the game, every time you get to another chamber, the game gets slowly but surely more pristine, more cleaner through every chamber. And I think that's a good symbolism of GLaDOS slowly regaining her power over the facility, slowly rebuilding after what you destroyed, while you are helpless to do anything about it. All you can do is just do the tests that she has planned for you. But at least now you know she doesn't plan to kill you. She just plans to test you until you die. And that's something I find really interesting about GLaDOS. Her goal isn't anymore to kill Shell, because she has seen and she's been demonstrated upon what Shell is capable of. Shell is everything that she could want in a test subject. She doesn't want to just kill her, that'd be a waste. She wants to test anything. She's not testing Shell anymore. She's not even testing the chambers. She's testing what can kill Shell. And I think that's such a interesting way to see how GLaDOS changes from the first game to the second game.
Hey, buddy! I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing!
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run! Run!
As your aimless testing gets interrupted by Wheatley, you and him stage an escape to get away from GLaDOS and her chambers. And you head back into the guts of the facility.
Shut down her turret production line, alright? Turn off her neurotoxin and then confront her. Again though, for the moment, run!
After escaping from GLaDOS, Wheatley derives a plan to stop her again, and this time she won't have any defenses. Wheatley plans to sabotage the turrets and on the conveyor belt, and to destroy her neurotoxin. Now, neurotoxin is what she tried to use to kill you in the first game, and without that, she's pretty much powerless. And after the plan is perfected, you finally come face to face after all this time, again, with GLaDOS.
It was nice catching up. Let's get to business. I hope you brought something stronger than a portal gun this time. Otherwise, I'm afraid you're about to become the immediate past president of the Being Alive Club. Seriously, though, goodbye.
It's my big chance.
GLaDOS tries to use turrets to kill you, but after sabotaging them with Wheatley, they're all faulty.
Oh, you were busy back there. Well, I suppose we could just sit in this room and glare at each other until somebody drops dead. But I have a better idea. It's your old friend, Deadly Neurotoxin.
She also tries to use Deadly Neurotoxin, but just like the turrets, that also doesn't work.
Hello!
I hate you so much.
Warning. Central core is 80% corrupt.
That's funny. I don't feel corrupt. In fact, I feel pretty good.
Alternate core detected.
Oh, that's me they're talking about!
To initiate a core transfer, please deposit substitute core in receptacle.
Core transfer. Oh, you are kidding me.
I've got an idea! Do what it says, plug me in!
Do not plug that little idiot into my mainframe.
Substitute core.
Wheatley once again derives another plan. The plan to switch GLaDOS and Wheatley's places.
No.
Oh, yes she is.
No.
Now, I think this is one of the most creepy scenes in all of Portal. It creeped me out when I was a kid. The scene of GLaDOS getting her head. I mean, she's a robot, so this is for her. This is her head being torn off of her body and replaced. And it's the way she screams is so eerie.
Get your hands off me. No. Stop. No. 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 No.
But just like that, job accomplished. Wheatley becomes in control of Aperture Science facilities, leaving GLaDOS nothing but a fraction of what she once was. You win. You beat GLaDOS again. And now you're rewarded with safe passage out of this facility by your friend Wheatley.
This body's amazing, seriously! I can't get over how small you are, but I'm huge! Actually, why do we have to leave right now? Do you have any idea how good this feels? I did this! Tiny little Wheatley did this!
You didn't do anything. She did all the work.
Oh, really? That's what the two of you think, is it? Well, maybe it's time I did something then.
What are you doing?
No. No. No.
And don't think I'm not onto you too, lady. You know what you are? Selfish. I've done nothing but sacrifice to get us here. And what have you sacrificed? Nothing. Zero. All you've done is boss me around. Well, now who's the boss? Who's the boss? It's me. Ah! See that? That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children. and now she lives in it.
I know you.
Sorry, what?
The engineers tried everything to make me behave, to slow me down. Once, they even attached an intelligence dampening sphere on me. It clung to my brain like a tumor, generating an endless stream of terrible ideas.
No, not listening, not listening.
It was your voice.
No, you're lying, you're lying.
You're the tumor. You're not just a regular moron. You're designed to be a moron.
I am not a moron!
Yes, you are. You're the moron they built to make me an idiot.
Well, how about now? Now who's a moron? Could a moron punch you into this pit? Ah! Could a moron do that? Oh.
I wanted to include the entire cutscene there because it is truly, truly one of the cutscenes of gaming. I mean, really, it shows off Wheatley's true colors. It actually shows GLaDOS defending Shell after announcing how much she hates her and trying to kill her. It is such a weird and change of it takes everything about the game and flips it right on its back. The new chapter of Portal 2 has begun in Old Aperture. Now, Old Aperture is the original facilities from the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. The original Aperture Science facilities ran by Cave Johnson, the founder of Aperture. And you're reintroduced to abandoned structure. But it feels different. In Portal 2, the beginning, it is also abandoned, but there's still robots, there's still lasers, there's still functioning power, stuff is still working. But in Old Aperture, there's still lights, but it feels dead. There is no one, there's not robots, there's no nothing. I think the best way to put it is at the beginning of Portal 2, Aperture Science feels like it's still breathing. It's still got a finger holding onto the bar. It still has blood pumping through it. But Old Aperture is completely dead. It has been dead for years. And feeling like you're the first human to step foot there in decades, thousands of years, probably even millions of years. We still don't know how long Shell was asleep after Portal 2. And that's the weird part. Because how does this place still have lights and functioning abilities when it's nothing but a shell, a corpse? Opening the door to Old Aperture is so unnerving. It feels like you're opening a gateway to hell. It feels like you're going somewhere where you shouldn't belong. There shouldn't be anyone there. And with the sirens and the giant vault door covering the door, it feels like it is letting you know that you need to turn back because this is not a place for you.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Aperture Science. Astronauts, war heroes, Olympians, you're here because we want the best. And you are it. So, who is ready to make some science?
I am.
Now, you already met one another on the limo ride over, so let me introduce myself. I'm Cave Johnson. I own the place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas. She's married. To science. There's 1,000 tests performed every day here in our enrichment spheres. I can't personally oversee every one of them, so these pre-recorded messages will cover any questions you might have and respond to any incidents that may occur in the course of your science adventure. Your test assignment will vary depending on the manner in which you have bent the world to your will. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today, just follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you, fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
We're introduced to one of the more interesting characters in Portal, and that's Cave Johnson. Now, if you didn't recognize his voice, he's voiced by J.K. Simmons, one of my favorite actors, voice actors. Has such a talented voice for these kinds of things, and he does Cave Johnson perfectly. Cave Johnson is a go-getter man who wants to find out about tests. He loves science, and he is such like a progressive man. And I think J.K. Simmons replicates him and his attitude and his personality perfectly. Now, J.K. Simmons is going to be our GLaDOS for this section. Now, don't worry, GLaDOS isn't completely gone. She'll come up at some point in time. But yeah, as you see, Aperture Science was a lot different. It hired the best. It hired astronauts, doctors, physicians, all sorts of very talented people for their tests. They wanted the best, and they were going to do the best. I mean, which sounds really weird, knowing that this is the same company as the Aperture Science that you played with in the beginning of Portal 2 and Portal 1.
You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. Or so I'm told.
Now, Portal 2 has set a record with introducing new features that expand on testing abilities and things you can do or the ways you can solve a test by adding something one of my favorite features about this game, really. I actually love it a lot, almost as much as the light bridges. And it's the repulsion gel, because there's not just blue gel. You get introduced to more later. There is orange gel and there is white gel. Now, orange gel, you can run super fast with it. White gel, you can make portable surfaces, and blue gel, you can jump really goddamn high with it. And it's such like a interesting way to like introduce new features and new ways to test, because now you could be like, oh, well, what if I try jumping up there? Oh, well, I can't jump up there. What if I add the orange gel before the blue gel, and I could get a running start and then jump, and maybe I'll make it there. And then I should put some white gel on the wall that I hit, so I'll be portaled and have velocity to make the jump. It's such an interesting way. I love the gel in this game. The gel is such a really neat way to test, and I really like it a lot.
All these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats. Let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, a persistent dry cough, or your heart stopping, because that's not part of the test. That's asbestos. Good news is the lab boys say the symptoms of asbestos poisoning show a median latency of 44.6 years. So if you're 30 or older, you're laughing. Worst case scenario, you miss out on a few rounds of canasta. Plus, you forwarded the cause of science by 3 centuries. I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes it happen. I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me. Bean Counter said I couldn't fire a man just for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive.
Now, it just shows that Aperture Science is so different now, but very much the same as it was back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. And that's with how dangerous it is. The entire facility and the entire testing center is one big fucking OSHA violation, alright? Because of how dangerous these things were. And it just shows that GLaDOS and Cave Johnson were so dead set on to forward science, forward humanity, even if it costed lives. And costed health, and costed limbs.
Fluorescent calcium in it so we can track the neuronal activity in your brain. There's a slight chance the calcium could harden and vitrify your frontal lobe. Anyway, don't stress yourself thinking about it. I'm serious. Visualizing the scenario while under stress actually triggers the reaction.
Now, after quite a bit of testing through the chambers of Cave Johnson, you make your way to a completely new section of the old aperture. But it ends up bringing you to a whole different year.
Greetings, friend. I'm Cave Johnson, CEO of Aperture Science. You might know us as a vital participant in the 1968 Senate hearings on missing astronauts. And you've most likely used one of the many products we invented, but that other people have somehow managed to steal from us. Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing?
Right. Now you might be asking yourself, Cave, just how difficult are these tests? What was in that phone book of a contract I signed? Am I in danger? Let me answer those questions with a question. Who wants to make $60? Cash. You can also feel free to relax for up to 20 minutes in the waiting room, which is a damn sight more comfortable than the park benches most of you were sleeping on when we found you. So, welcome to Aperture. You're here because we want the best, and you're it. Nope. Couldn't keep a straight face. Anyway, don't smudge up the glass down there. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and not touch anything unless it's test related.
Now, in this decade, Cave Johnson still has his go-getter attitude, yet it seems like they have stopped hiring the best, as they say. It seems like they've been hiring homeless people to do their work because they've gone bankrupt. They're offering $60 cash to risk their lives for testing. And it seems like they've been put out of bankrupt by a familiar company, Black Mesa, from the Half-Life franchise. And it just seems like Aperture Science has gone downhill since the last time we heard Cave Johnson announcing his introduction to the company.
Oh, hi. Say, you're good at murder. Could you, murder this bird? Oh, thanks. Did you feel that? That idiot doesn't know what he's doing up there. This whole place is going to explode in a few hours if somebody doesn't disconnect him. I can't move, and unless you're planning to saw your own head off and wedge it into my old body, you're going to need me to replace him. We're at an impasse. So what do you say? You carry me up to him and put me back into my body, and I stop us from blowing up and let you go. Wow, you stabbed me. What is wrong with you? Hold on. Do you have a multimeter? Never mind. The gun must be part magnesium. It feels like I'm outputting an extra half a volt. Keep an eye on me. I'm going to do some scheming. Here I go.
The testing area is just up ahead. The quicker you get through, the quicker you'll get your $60.
Hold on.
Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Why did I just... Who is that? What the hell is going on here?
It's not so subtly hinted at that GLaDOS is actually Caroline, Cave Johnson's assistant, which starts to open up a lot more doors for what happened with before with Cave Johnson. So now, how did Caroline become GLaDOS? It seems like GLaDOS doesn't know that she is Caroline, but she does recognize Cave Johnson's voice.
We just need to relax. We're still going to find out what the hell's going on here, but calmly.
In Old Aperture, we see GLaDOS in a way we've never seen them before. Vulnerable. GLaDOS is confused, afraid. They're wondering. For the first time, GLaDOS is not in control of anything or anything. They're confused. They're afraid. They don't know. They just heard Cave Johnson. They heard themselves, which was Caroline, but it's not them. But it's also confusing for them, and they keep saying we're going to find this out. We're gonna find out what's going on here. We're gonna get out. But really, what they mean is I need to find out what's going on here. Because what does finding out what's going on here benefit Shell? Nothing. They're really trying to say I need to find out what's happening, what is going on, and what's happening with me.
I swear I know him. Carolyn, why do I know this woman? Did I kill her? Or... Oh my god. Look, you're doing a great job. Can you handle things for yourself for a while? I need to think.
GLaDOS is finally picking up the puzzle pieces and putting it together to realize what she really is, who she really is. And the name Caroline keeps ringing around in her head over and over, trying to find out who she is and why does she know him. Her.
Welcome to the Enrichment Center. Since making test participation mandatory for all employees, the quality of our test subjects has risen dramatically. Employee retention, however, has not. As a result, you may have heard we're going to phase out human testing. There's still a few things left to wrap up, though. And the bean counters told me we literally could not afford to buy $7 worth of moon rocks, much less 70 million. Bought them anyway. Ground them up, mixed them into a gel. And guess what? Ground up moon rocks are pure poison. I am deathly ill. Still, it turns out they're a great portal conductor. So now, we're going to see if jumping in and out of these new portals can somehow leach the lunar poison out of a man's bloodstream. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Let's all stay positive and do some science. That said, I would really appreciate it if you could test as fast as possible. Carolyn, please bring me more pain pills.
One thing I really enjoy about Old Aperture is that as you progress through Old Aperture, you jump the decades. You jump the decades and where the testing begins for different people who have come to the Aperture Science Laboratories. And slowly, Cave Johnson goes from his go-getter attitude, his man of the future, to a much more slow-talking, sick, ill man. Testing is killing him, literally. His company has gone bankrupt. They went from testing on astronauts, very strong, independent people, to homeless people, and now they are testing on their own employees. They have nobody working. They have no money. It's watching the fall of Aperture Science right before your eyes, or more ears in this scenario.
Right, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade.
Yeah.
Make life take the lemons back.
Yeah.
Get mad!
Yeah.
I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these?
Yeah, take the lemons.
Demand to see life's manager.
Yeah.
Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Burn his house down. Burning people. He said what we're all thinking.
The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's intelligence and personality on one? So I have the engineers figuring that out now. Brain mapping, artificial intelligence. We should have been working on it 30 years ago. I will say this, and I'm going to say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day. If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. Now she'll argue. She'll say she can't. She's modest like that, but you make her. Hell, put her in my computer. I don't care. All right, test's over.
This is one of my favorite parts of Portal 2. And it's not only just a funny scene with Cave Johnson yelling about burning houses down with lemons, but it also shows how angry he is with the cards he has been dealt with in life, and now he has let everything go and downhill. But he says something. He says, store man's thoughts, his brain, his personality onto a disc, or maybe even a robot. And that just proves that GLaDOS was meant to be Cave Johnson. Because he says about Caroline, put her in my robot. And it says GLaDOS, they say Caroline, they're gonna say they can't do it. But if you look at Aperture Science, how it is when GLaDOS takes charge, and I presume when Caroline was in charge, she must have led it in a great direction. I mean, she must have made turrets, the portal gun, she must have made the panels, the lasers, the everything, the light bridges. She had to have made all that since she was in charge. So that means GLaDOS had to have pulled Aperture Science out of a dark age and into a golden one. After being trapped in old Aperture for so long and scheming with GLaDOS on how you're going to take down Wheatley, you finally find the path to the top side, to the Aperture Science ran by Wheatley.
With legs! It's literally your only purpose. Walking onto buttons. How can you not do the one thing you're designed for?
Try to get us down there. I'll hit him with a paradox.
Warmer.
It seems as if after your whole time being down there, Wheatley has been trying to make his own test chambers and testing, but it doesn't seem to be going his way. Putting turrets and cubes together and with legs, it just makes no sense. But that's the point. He's a moron. He doesn't know how to do any of this stuff. The whole time this game has been telling you how dumb Wheatley is.
Solve this puzzle for him. When he comes back, I'll hit him with a paradox.
Yes! I knew you'd solve it.
Hey, moron.
Oh. Hello?
Alright, paradox time. This sentence is false. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think
True.
Don't think about it.
I'll go true. Yeah, that was easy. I'll be honest, I might have heard that one before though, sort of cheating.
It's a paradox. There is no answer. Look, this place is going to blow up if I don't get back in my body.
False. I'll go false.
Explosion imminent. Evacuate the facility immediately.
I thought I'd fix that.
Warning. Reactor core is at critical.
There. Fixed. Hey, it is great seeing you guys again. Seriously, it turns out I'm a little bit short on test subjects right now, so this works out perfect. And off we go.
It shows that Wheatley is so moronic. He doesn't even know how to. He's so dumb. A paradox can't even affect him. That's how moronic he is. But you see him. You notice he's been being driven crazy from GLaDOS's body.
That's what I've got to test. That's what I've got to test. So you're going to test, and I'm going to watch, and everything is going to be just fine.
Warning. Core overheating. Nuclear meltdown imminent.
I think we're in trouble.
It is very clear that Wheatley doesn't know what he's doing, okay?
It's a little bit difficult.
GLaDOS's body is hardwired to... They have to test in order to keep themselves composed and sane. And Wheatley, for this entire time while you were in Old Aperture, has had no test subjects. And he is making ridiculous, redundant test chambers to solve. But really... this is not going to work in the long term because they're so easy to solve and they're just going to make him drive himself crazy. And he doesn't even know how to stop the place from blowing up. So that just, everything is just one big shit show with Wheatley running things.
Do it again. And... nothing. Alright, can't blame you for trying.
Just as mementos, though.
And... there we go. Be honest, you can't even tell, can you? Seamless.
One thing I really like that I noticed about Portal 2 is that you begin Portal 2 and everything's destroyed, and I'm talking about when GLaDOS wakes back up. Everything is destroyed, everything's slowly being rebuilt, everything's dirty. And as you progress, the chambers get cleaner, and then you make it to Old Aperture, and then you make it back, and it feels like everything, it's going in backwards. There's, once again, exposed panels, destroyed walls, everything's just, he's just taking chambers and crushing them together, making these Frankenstein abominations of testing chambers, because in reality, he doesn't know what he's doing. He has no clue how to work the system, he doesn't know how to satisfy himself. It's just all so unnatural for him, and really, that's not a good thing at all. If he doesn't know how to make test chambers, the fucking place is gonna blow up, and that seems to be the case.
So that last test was seriously disappointing. Apparently, being civil isn't motivating you, so let's try her way, alright? Fatty, adopted Fatty, no parents. What?
What exactly is wrong with being adopted?
What's wrong with being adopted? Lack of parents.
For the record, you are adopted, and that's terrible.
And
It doesn't work with me.
nothing. But some of my best friends actually are orphans.
Also,
But
look at her, you moron. She's not fat.
I am not a moron. Just do the test. Just do the test.
Wheatley pathetically tries to reenact GLaDOS' jabs at Shell throughout the first and second game, and actually, you see GLaDOS back you up for once. It's weird. It's so nice to see the relationship between GLaDOS and Shell grow from hating Shell to supporting them, to defending them against Wheatley.
Oh, sorry. I hope that didn't disturb you too much then. It was the sound of books, pages being turned. So that's just what I was doing, just reading books. So not a moron. Anyway, just finished the last one, just now, the hardest one, Machiavelli. Do not know what all the fuss was about. Understood it perfectly. Have you read that one?
Yes.
Yeah, doubt it. Well, on with the test. Wish there was more books. Well, there's not.
This is probably one of my favorite, comedy parts of all of Portal 2. It's just, I don't know, it's just so goddamn fucking funny. I just wanted to put that in the video.
My body has a built-in euphoric response to testing. Eventually, you build up a resistance to it. It can get a little unbearable unless you have the mental capacity to push past it. It didn't matter to me. I was in it for the science. Him, though.
Nothing, let's keep moving. Sorry about the lift, it's out of service. Is it melted? Might as well, give you the tour. To your left, you'll see some lights of some kind. Don't know what they do, but very sciencey anyway. And to your right, something huge hurtling toward. Oh God, run! That's not supposed to be there. Are you all right back there? Here, I'll turn the beam off. Wait! Oh no! That's not helpful. I don't know why I thought that would help.
After seeing what he's done to my facility, after we take over again, is it alright if I kill him?
It's so strange seeing the new Aperture Science that's all rebuilt by GLaDOS, by the way, not Wheatley, being destroyed. It's exploding. Everything's falling apart because Wheatley can't manage the system. He's not getting euphoric boosts from a Shell completing the tests. He is destroying this facility with how narcissistic he is and how moronic he is. He's not built to take care of this kind of a facility of this size.
Well, this is the part where he kills us.
Hello! This is the part where I kill you!
This is the part where he kills you, or at least tries to kill you. Shell, they're not really easily killed. And, as always, Shell narrowly escapes death, as always. And I love the how this mirrors Portal 1 with completing the test chambers, realizing they don't need you anymore, and then trying to kill you. You escape, and then you have to make it to where the head of the facility is and take him out.
I'm not stupid. I realize you don't want to put me back in charge. You think I'll betray you. And on any other day, you'd be right. The scientists were always hanging cores on me to regulate my behavior. I've heard voices all my life, but now I hear the voice of a conscience, and it's terrifying. Because for the first time, it's my voice. I'm being serious. I think there's something really wrong with me.
GLaDOS begins to hear the voice of what we presume to be Caroline, her past self, and it really makes me wonder, is GLaDOS really Caroline? I mean, Caroline is definitely what is GLaDOS, but does that make GLaDOS Caroline? She sees Caroline as a completely separate being. She's hearing her voice, she's having human emotions, but she seems like she's not even used to it. Caroline is such a stranger to her. Maybe it's because she's been GLaDOS for so long, or maybe it was the morality cores driving her crazy into... It's really odd, really.
You like revenge, right? Everybody likes revenge. Well, let's go get some.
Well. Welcome to my lair. Let me just flag something up. According to the control panel light up there, the entire building is going to self-destruct in about 6 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's a problem with the light. I think the light's on the blink, but just in case it isn't, I am actually going to have to kill you, as discussed earlier. So let's call that 3 minutes and then a minute break, where we should leave allegedly 2 minutes to figure out how to shut down whatever is starting all the fires. So anyway, that's the itinerary. Also, I took the liberty of watching the tapes of you killing her, and I'm not going to make the same mistakes. 4-part plan is this. 1. No portal surfaces. 2. Start the neurotoxin immediately. 3. Bomb-proof shields for me. Leading directly on to number 4, bombs. I'm throwing it in. Do you know what? This plan is so good, I'm going to give you a sporting chance and turn off the neurotoxin. I'm joking, of course. Goodbye.
Neurotoxin level at capacity in 5 minutes.
And we're finally here. The final showdown with Wheatley and Shell. And GLaDOS, maybe, if you consider them, but they're kind of a potato at the moment. And he's just... it displays him being a moron just as much. No portable surfaces, and then puts a pipe that has goo that makes everything portable. Nice job, Wheatley. Anyway, it's a very nice change of tone. I'm glad it wasn't the exact same as GLaDOS's fight, because for Lori's and for it not to be the same too, with him watching you beat them in Portal 1. But anyway, the final showdown is pretty much the opposite of what GLaDOS's showdown was, where you take the morality cores off her body and then burn them. In this case, you're putting them on him.
Warning. Core corruption at 50%.
I'm down, Husk. Man, that is trouble. Situation's looking pretty ugly. Such a beautiful woman, if you don't mind me saying. I don't...
Warning. Core corruption at 75%.
In 1862, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing the slaves. Like everything he did, Lincoln freed the slaves while sleepwalking, and later had no memory of the event. The Schrodinger's cat paradox outlines a situation in which a cat in a box must be considered, for all intents and purposes, simultaneously alive and dead. Schrodinger created this paradox as a justification for...
Warning. Core corruption at 100%. Manual core replacement required.
Oh, I see.
Substitute core. Are you ready to start? Corrupted core. Are you ready to start?
What do you think?
Interpreting vague answer as yes.
No. Didn't pick up on my sarcasm.
Stalemate detected. Press the stalemate resolution button.
Do not press that button.
Go press the button.
No! Do not do it! I forbid you to press it!
Press it. Press the button.
Don't press that button!
Press it.
Don't press it! Come back!
Press the button.
No! Do not press that button! Do not do it! Or I booby trap the stalemate button!
At this point, it seems like all is lost. The stalemate button was just destroyed. It seems like Wheatley has won, yet you look up and you see the most portable surface to imagine.
Space! Let go! We're in space!
Space!
Let go! Let go! I'm still connected! I can pull myself in! I can still fix this!
I already fixed it. And you are not coming back.
Oh no! Change your plans! Hold on to me! Tighter! Grab me! Grab me! Grab me! Grab me!
Oh, thank God, you're all right. You know, being Carolyn taught me a valuable lesson. I thought you were my greatest enemy, when all along you were my best friend. The surge of emotion that shot through me when I saved your life taught me an even more valuable lesson, where Carolyn lives in my brain.
Carolyn deleted.
Goodbye, Carolyn. You know, deleting Carolyn just now taught me a valuable lesson. The best solution to a problem is usually the easiest one. And I'll be honest, Killing you is hard. You know what my days used to be like? I just tested. Nobody murdered me, or put me in a potato, or fed me to birds. I had a pretty good life. And then you showed up. You dangerous, mute lunatic. So you know what? You win. Just go.
GLaDOS basically kills what's left of the human side of her and decides that it's hard to kill Shell. So you know what? They're just going to be the bigger person and let him go. And that brings the conclusion to Portal 2.
Well, here we are again. It's always such a pleasure. Remember when you tried to kill me twice? Oh, how we laughed and laughed. Except I wasn't laughing. Under the circumstances, I've been shockingly nice. You want your freedom, take it. That's what I'm counting on. I used to want you dead, but now I only want you gone. She was a lot like you, maybe not quite as heavy. Now little Carolyn is in you too. One day they woke me up so I could live forever. It's such a shame the same will never happen to you. You got your short sad life left. That's what I'm counting on. I'll let you get right to it. Now I only want you gone. Goodbye, my only friend. Oh, did you think I meant you? That would be funny if it weren't so sad. Well, you have been replaced. I don't need anyone now. When I delete you, maybe I'll stop feeling so bad. Go make some new disaster. That's what I'm counting on. You're someone else's problem. Now I only want you gone. Now I only want you gone. Now I only want you gone.
Need to see it all.
I wish I could take it all back. I honestly do. I honestly do wish I could take it all back. And not just because I'm stranded in space.
I'm in space.
I know you are, mate. Yeah, we're both in space. Anyway, you know, if I was ever to see her again, do you know what I'd say?
I'm in space.
I'd say, I'm sorry. Sincerely. I am sorry I was bossy and monstrous. And I am genuinely sorry.
I'm in space.
The end.